Howdy y'all, today is November 2nd. I'm picking up this line here. I had T-posts and boards down just to kind of help them be able to see where their boundary was on this side, just because there's only two lines. Today I do want to move them. I'm just going to open up a couple sections. Since I don't have a mobile shelter at the moment, I'm not going to actually pin them in this area or anything. I'm just going to give them a little more access and probably move on down that way. The grass is done grown for the year, so I don't want to wear any of this out, so we'll see how the pigs do with it. And this up here, I don't care if they tear up too much, but honestly they're not doing too bad with it. There's still a lot of good grass in here, but they've been munching on it. You can tell where it gets the most use in front of their hut here. A little less green, it's where I feed and water them and everything, so just a little more foot traffic. But anyways, about to open this up for them and let them enjoy a little more room. Howdy y'all, today is November 3rd. I was trying to trap these chickens in here. I lured them in with some food, it looks like. So, we're gonna close this. Ooh, I got lucky. I did not think I would be able to do that. Oh, that's so nice. So I think all the chickens are in here, except the little one that I have to get. So that's a good feeling. As I was about to check on them to see if they'd fallen in that trap, I looked inside a 5-gallon bucket in the barn, and a mouse caught himself. So would you look at that? I don't have it in me to kill the poor little thing. So I'm just gonna take him and chuck him in the back of a cornfield somewhere out there. But before that, my plan, why I wanted to get those chickens out of this coop here, is because these guys are just getting a little too tight, and I've noticed them starting to beat up on each other a little bit, which I don't want any of that happening. So what I'm gonna do is open this up and let them in here. Let's hope there's none in the nesting box. Okay, good. So that tiny rooster doesn't hang with the pack, so he's probably somewhere, but he's not in here. So maybe he was out there. I don't know. I'll have to go find him and make sure he's there, and then we'll move chicks. But first, let me get rid of this mouse before I forget about him and the wind knocks it over and he's back in my barn. I cannot believe I got those chickens in that other coop. I am so happy. That was kind of an afterthought this morning of, I should probably let them out and see if I can do that. And it worked. So nice when I don't have to catch any chickens. All right, little guy, I don't want you back in my barn. I won't now. That's it. You can go now. So nice when mice catch themselves. This was sitting next to one of my bags of feed. It was open. I opened it, not the mouse. So he was probably crawling around on the bag and fell down into the bucket. But I know I do have mice in the barn. I was catching them for a little while and then just quit setting traps because there was a lot. but I haven't really seen any mouse damage or anything, so that's a good thing. But I know they're there. And I caught that little rooster super simple. He was hiding behind the bales in there, so he ran out, grabbed him, easy. I love that. So all the chickens that were in this coop by the barn are now out there. So I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging. I need to make some makeshift nesting boxes. I'm actually going to order, well, I already did order a rollout nesting box. I'd like to try those and potentially put those on all the mobile coops for next year, but I'm going to go ahead and put in the rollout nesting box in that coop for this winter, test it out, see if I like it, and go from there. Got a few moved over, just slow going. Howdy, yeah. Today is November 4th, getting on chores. It's been raining all day, which has been so nice. We've really needed this rain. It's gonna be raining tomorrow too, so that's nice. Let's check on these chickens. I had some makeshift nesting boxes. I don't know if they liked them. Let's find out. They did not like the enclosed one, but looks like they used the other one all right. It's just one of my hive bodies from the beehive. But looks like they're doing good in here, having fun scratching around in the dirt. They're pretty well good, but I'll go ahead and get them done, work on the pigs, and finish up on the chickens. I'm planning on leaving these guys in here for a couple more days. After that, I'll let them out. I just want them to know that that's their new coop. This is the pig's food, by the way. That's just 4 pounds, 1 pig, or 1 pound per pig per day. So it's not a lot, and it lasts them quite a while. Also, I have been training them whenever I bring out food. I shake this bucket of rocks right here. That's just in case the pigs ever get out on me for any reason. This is a lot louder than shaking a feed bucket or banging on a 5-gallon bucket. They can hear this from a good bit away, so I'll go ahead and shake it now. They're starting to figure it out. They generally come out when I shake it. I think they're actually behind the hut at the moment, but let's see. Yeah, you guys know what that means. Good piggies. All right, let me get them fed. Yeah, it didn't take them too long to start figuring out that the rocks in that little jar means food. They started figuring it out about 2 days ago, so roughly a week. I wasn't doing it from the get-go, just a couple days. They still have a little pumpkin left. I'll change their water out there. See what this is doing. Since it has been raining, looks like it's been filling up pretty good. So that's working. A little bit of leaves in there, but that's filling up nice. They're still too small to use that, so I'll probably wind up dumping it out. But here in another month, hopefully they'll be able to use that. They're really excited with that new area there. They haven't been tearing it up. I think they mostly just sleep all day and they come out when I'm here. So that's why it's not torn up too bad. Minus the front part here where it does get a lot of wear and tear on it. So the chickens have now made it up into the garden, which is really nice. I think I'm gonna take 3 coops and run them up toward the road, and then 2 coops maybe down this way, kind of zigzagging back and forth, and maybe the 3 once they get over there down the front and zigzag back. We'll see how it works out. I think I have enough net to make it work. If not, I'll just split it up into separate ones. But yeah, I like the chickens in the garden. I don't know if you can see it from here too well. You can see it real good. See all those nice green stripes all along the back of the property coming up? That's nice fertilizer right there. It's funny, you can see right in the middle exactly when I did the last batch of Cornish cross, because it's still bright green there. And then I slowly worked that last coop out and squeezed these last 5 together. But anyways, I'll get the chickens around here, take them over there by the fruit trees after the garden, but I'll probably keep them in the garden for a little while because it's great fertilizer for next year. Howdy y'all, today is November 5th. I'm currently over at the small farm property working on the beehive. I was able to get it open. It's almost 80 degrees, high 70s. It feels good out. It's gonna rain later though. So able to pry the top off, check out the super. They didn't do much with it this year. They did draw out several frames, but a lot of them they didn't even mess with. So I took that off. There are a couple small hive beetles, smashed them. So I just have it sitting off far away from the hive. The rest of the hive looked really good, really strong, really heavy. However, I am about 80% sure I saw a mouse run out of it. If not out of the hive, it was at least really close to the bottom of the hive, which I did not like. So I'm gonna look a little better, make sure a mouse isn't trying to set up shop. Also, my dad and brother are here. We're looking at taking this coop down and moving it over to the other farm property. Instead of opening the hive up, I don't have any other hives around here, but there could be other hives. I don't want to, induce any robbing. So I'm gonna grab a flashlight and kind of look inside the entrance to see if I can see anything. I'm really happy to be getting this thing taken down. It's a little too big for the trailer on this one. So what we're gonna do is just cut off each wall, lay it down, probably move it this weekend because it is gonna rain here in a little while. Well, the coop is down. It looks so weird. It's crazy to think this is where the farm started. Tiny little space here, 2 coops. I started with just 1 coop, 16 buff Orpingtons, and I've grown from there. Oh yeah, it is starting to look like a pig pen out here now. We've had a lot of rain all day. It is a muddy mess. You can see that trough is almost full now. Is how much rain we've been getting. The pigs had about 10 apples, so they absolutely love apples, which is good. I also have some carrots for them, but I'll probably save that tomorrow. Don't want to spoil them all at once, but they're done for the day. Howdy y'all, today is November 6th. We got tons of rain yesterday and even into this morning. So I didn't have holes in these tubs, so I just drilled one and we're gonna get that draining out. I just had some onions planted in there, some bunching onions, green onions basically. The pigs have made a complete mess of the front of their enclosure. They've really muddied that up. That trough was completely full of water, but I mean, minus that, everything's good. All the green grass behind the hut looks fine. They're mostly just having fun in the mud at the moment. Looks like this fence mostly stayed up, but I want to do some work in the garden today. I've got the net laid out, at least one of them, all the way up till about the ditch. It's kind of tough bringing the chickens through the garden as much as I want them in here because, as you can see, these 2 coops on the right, probably can't see it too good actually, but I'm using that entire row. I have kale, radishes, and then Brussels sprouts. So I don't want them to mow that down just yet. So I'm a little undecided on what I'm gonna do. This stuff won't be bad. These are my mom's rows she did this year. I don't know if she's planning on leaving the T-posts and the tarps on, so that may be a little difficult. I think she was gonna come out, I thought today, but maybe tomorrow at this point and figure out what she's gonna do, because that'll also kind of decide where I move the chickens. But I would like to keep them in the garden if at all possible. I have 2 options right now. Either take these 2 coops, shoot them down that way, bring these 3 up and around, or take these 3, move them up a good 3 or 4 spaces, and then have these guys trail behind. Just do a big loop around the perimeter of the garden. But I'd really like to get in the thick of the garden here, because I mean, there's a ton of great stuff for the chickens that they can eat, and I mean, just fertilize in general would be amazing. So we'll see how it all works out. I'm just gonna put the net up, and I don't know if it's gonna stay like this or not, but tomorrow I'll figure out what exactly I'm doing with them. At this point, I don't think these radishes would taste good anymore. I don't know, I mean, they're huge. All of them are really, really big, and I don't have too terribly many left. I sold most all of them, but the ones that I do have are just monsters. So I don't even know if they would taste good. I'm not a huge fan of radishes, but I might go ahead and try one and see if they're any good, but if not, I could just let the chickens plow over this and it'd work all right. Howdy y'all, today is November 7th. I let this coop of chickens out here today. I figure they probably associate that with home. Working on chores right now. The pigs are done. I'm thinking I might go ahead and close off that new section so they don't tear it up too bad. But nothing too interesting going on today. No real updates with that chick with the curled up feet, so I don't know. Hasn't been too long, so we're still gonna give it some time. I'm gonna keep dousing the water and hoping for the best on them. But the nesting boxes did come a day early. They just showed up, so I don't have a ton of time to put them all together, but I do want to work on that today. They've just about got this coop down to dirt. I've got the chickens out running around in the garden today, so that's nice. Not a lot of them are venturing out. A lot of them are just behind the coop still, but at least a few are coming out. Now I'm at the point where I have to figure out where I'm going to move those other two chicken coops. Do I go down a row or do I mow over my radishes? My radishes, I pulled one up. They're massive, they're huge. I don't think they're good anymore. I planted these, I don't know, I want to say probably September, maybe end of August, I don't know. They're massive, but they're also splitting really bad on the backside. I mean, even if they tasted good, I can't sell that thing. I am curious what they taste like, but I'm not a huge radish fan, so I think at this point, since they all look like this, I'm just gonna let the chickens mow over them, and that'll make it easier moving them down the garden. I don't think I pinned these chickens up long enough in their new coop. They're still wanting to go back here, so hopefully they figure it out before it gets too dark. But chores are done at this point. Little guy's hanging with him. He's getting so big now. Man, that thing is a crybaby when you grab him. No idea what breed he is still. Well, these dum-dums are hanging out up here. Only the pearl white was smart enough to go up. She's already in the coop, obviously, because it's pretty dark out. So hopefully these guys just figured out to stand here and keep them away from the door for a while. Maybe, just maybe, they'll figure it out without me having to grab all of them. Oh, we might be getting lucky. Yeah, I think they got it figured out. Just took me standing here. There they go. They're getting it figured out. Almost there. They're just not going in. They're hanging out around the door. And there's one. All right, the rest should follow pretty quick. Three left. 2, 1. And of course it's gonna be that Polish that can't see anything because of those feathers all in her face. She'll figure it out. 6 o'clock and it's already dark. I am not a fan. However, the weather has been amazing for November 7th. I am not complaining. Howdy y'all, today is November 8th. The corn is finally going down to my north. Sad day. Pretty much all the corn is down that I've seen. That's probably one of the last fields that are standing, so I like my corn fence, but it's nice to have it all open again too. But anyways, got some goodies for the pigs. They'll enjoy it. Can't forget the chickens. They're each getting a tomato as well.